Welcome back. This morning we are going to be doing addition and subtraction word problems. So let's go watch our visual learning video and get started.
You can use addition or subtraction to find the missing part in a problem. 17 books are on a table. 8 books are on the shelf. How many fewer books are on the shelf than on the table? You need to find the missing part. How many fewer books are on the shelf than are on the table?
You can use a bar diagram and an equation to model the problem.
What does the bar diagram show?
So a bar diagram is showing us the whole number and then our two parts that make up this number. So if our whole was 3 and we had a part that was 2 over here, we know that 2 plus 1 would make the whole 3. But in this problem we have 17 and we have the part that's 8 and we have to figure out what's left. So 17 minus 8 equals what? Or 8 plus what equals 17?
The top bar shows the total. We know there are a total of 17 books on the table. The bottom bars show the parts. Which part do we know?
Select your answer.
We know how many books are on the shelf.
The shelf has fewer books. We know that there are 8 books on the shelf. What is the missing part? We need to find how many fewer books are on the shelf. How can you find the value of the missing part? You can write an addition or subtraction equation for the problem.
Let's go try it. Press the buttons to show different ways to find how many fewer books on the shelf. So you have 17 books on the table, 8 books on the shelf, and we want to know how many fewer books are on the shelf. If we do subtraction,
You can write a subtraction equation to find the answer.
okay, so we could do 17 minus 8 equals how many fewer books are on the shelf, or
You can also write an addition equation to find the answer.
we could do 8 books on the shelf, and how many fewer books are on the shelf than on the table would give us the total. So 8 plus what equals 17?
17 minus 8 equals 9. 8 plus 9 equals 17. So there are 9 fewer books on the shelf.
17 minus 8 equals what number? 8 plus what number equals 17? To solve, think of the doubles fact 8 plus 8 equals 16. You know that 17 is 1 more than 16. So, you know that 8 plus 9 equals 17. So, there are 9 fewer books on the shelf.
Okay, let's do the guided practice together. Remember, if you need to pause the video so you can go get your math workbook, that is completely fine. Make sure you pause it, get your math workbook, your pencil, and turn to page 54, okay? So pause it and go get what you need and then come back. Okay, let's look at the guided practice problems together. It says, write an equation to solve each problem. Use counters if needed. Okay, let's look at number 1. Sam has 5 red tomatoes and 3 green tomatoes. How many tomatoes does he have in all? Okay, very important. Remember, whenever you see the words in all, that means we're doing an addition problem. So we need to add his 5 red tomatoes. We need to add them because we're asking how many there are in total. 5 plus 3 green tomatoes. That was not a very good 3, was it? That's okay. So 5 plus 3 more. Well, I'm going to start at 5 and I'm going to count on 3 more. So 6, 7, 8. So he has a total make sure you put the equal sign, of 8 tomatoes. Okay, so he has 8 tomatoes in all. Let's look at number 2. There are 16 party hats in a box. There are 10 party hats in a bag. How many fewer hats are in the bag than in the box? Whenever you see how many fewer, that means you are going to be doing a subtraction problem. So we're going to start with our biggest number because we're doing subtraction, so 16, and we're going to do minus the other number that we have in our story problem, okay? So 16 minus 10. Okay, and then don't forget that equal sign. Now we know that 10 plus 6 more equals 16, right? So 16 minus 10 equals 6. Nice and easy. Okay, so there are 6 fewer hats in the box than there are in the bag. Okay, we're not going to do the do you understand problem today, but we're going to go watch our other video and then do a couple more problems together.
I have 10 marbles in my hand. There are 6 red marbles in a jar. I want to know how many fewer marbles are in the jar than in my hand. How can we figure this out? I know. Let's use a bar diagram. Now that I see what I know and what I need to find out, I can write an addition and subtraction equation for the problem. What's the missing number? Yup, 4. There are 4 fewer marbles in the jar. Solving addition and subtraction word problems is easy. Whenever you get stuck, use a bar diagram to help you.
Okay, let's turn the page and do a few more problems together. Okay, let's do number 3 together. It says write an equation to solve each problem, use counters if needed. So the same instructions as the last page. Number 3 says Cho has 3 more toy horses than Hakeem. Cho has 9 toy horses. How many toy horses does Hakeem have? Okay, when you see somebody has 3 more or has some amount more of something than another person, okay, we're going to do a subtraction problem because we know that Cho has 9 horses. And we know that he has 3 more than Hakeem. So if we want our answer to this problem, our difference, to be the number of horses that Hakeem has, I'll put a little H here for Hakeem, then we need to do the total number minus his 3 more that he has, and that will tell us how many Hakeem has. So 9 minus 3. Well, let's see, if I have 9 counters, let's see, if I have 9 counters and I'm going to take away 3, 1, 2, 3. I have, let's see, 5, 6. I have 6 left. So that means Hakeem has 6 horses. Okay, so Hakeem has 6 toy horses. I want you to do number 4, okay? Here's what it says. It says there are 12 peaches in a bowl. The kids eat some of them. Now there are 8 peaches. How many peaches did the children eat? So go ahead and try the problem, pause the video, go try it by yourself, and then press play and we'll check your work. Okay, let's see. I know that there were 12 peaches to start with, and then the kids ate some. So when you eat something, it's disappearing, it's going away, you're taking it away, which means you're doing subtraction. So they ate some number of peaches, okay? And that left us with 8. But since we can do subtraction by taking away the part that we know, I'm going to do 12 minus the 8 peaches that there still are, and that's going to tell me how many they ate. So 12 peaches that they started with, the 8 peaches that are left will tell us how many they ate. So let's see, 12 minus 8. Let's see, I'm going to do a 10 frame in my head using my mental math, and I'm going to take away 8. Okay, so I know there's 4 left. Okay, so the peaches, they ate 4 peaches. Okay, let's do number 7. Number 7 says Jen has 3 animal stickers in her collection. Her friend gave her 5 more stickers. Jen bought 7 more stickers. How many stickers does Jen have now? Okay, let's take this problem one piece at a time. So she started with 3 animal stickers, right? And then her friend gave her 5 more. Now, if you're giving somebody 5 more to add to their collection, that means we're adding it, right? So 3 plus 5 more, let's see, 3 plus 5, if I start at 5 and I count on 3 more, 6, 7, 8. So now she has 8 after her friend gave her those 5. But we can't forget she buys 7 more. So she has 8 after her friend gave her those 5, but then she also went out and bought 7 more. Now I know the doubles fact. 7 plus 7 equals 14. And I know 8 is 1 more than 7, so my answer has to be 1 more. So 1 more than 14 is 15. So now she has 15 animal stickers total. Okay. See how I broke it apart to make sure I don't miss any of the pieces of information I have to use, but I also didn't do them all at the same time. I did it in little pieces, okay? Sometimes you'll have to do more than one problem to find an answer in a word problem. Let's turn the page. I want you to do number 8, okay? Let me read it to you first. Sandy has 8 markers. 8 markers. Alex has 6 fewer markers than Sandy. Jill has 2 markers. How many markers do they have in all? Okay, I want you to do number 8 by yourself and then hit play and come back and join me again, okay? And we'll check your work. Okay, so we know that Sandy has 8 markers. Okay. Now, before we can find out how many markers all 3 of them have in all, we have to figure out how many markers Alex has. So really quickly, I'm going to put an S for Sandy. Sandy has 8 markers. We know Jill has 2 markers, but we need to find out how many markers Alex has. So it says Sandy has 8 markers, Alex has 6 fewer markers than Sandy. Remember, fewer means that we're going to do subtraction. So we're going to do the 8 markers that Sandy has minus 6, and this will tell us how many markers Alex has. So 8 minus 6, well, I know 6 plus 2 equals 8. So that means 8 minus 6 equals 2. Okay, so Alex has 2 markers. Now we have figured out how many markers all 3 people have. We need to answer this question. How many markers do they have in all? Which means that we're going to add together all of their numbers, all of their markers. So I'm going to do 2 plus 2 because that's easy. 2 plus 2 is 4. Now I've added together Jill and Alex's markers and I got 4 total. Now I need to add their 4 markers to Sandy's 8 markers. So I'm going to do 8 plus 4. And I'm just going to count on, I'm going to start at 8 and count on 4 more, 9, 10, 11, 12. They have 12 markers in all, between all 3 friends. Okay. And now we do need to explain how we got our answer. So over here, I'm going to say there were 12 markers. To find how many markers Alex has, subtract 8 minus 6 equals 2. Since 8 plus 2 plus 2 equals 12, they have 12 markers in all. Okay. So remember, sometimes you'll have to write it out after you're done doing your work, okay? So make sure you show your work over here and then also explain what you did in words. Fantastic job today. Let's look at your assignment. In your workbook, you need to do numbers 5, 6, 9, and 10. So you only have 4 problems, okay? But make sure you take your time and explain your thinking and show your work. And then make sure you do your quick check. And after that, take some time and do Math Facts Pro today, okay? Nicely done. Tomorrow I will see you for our last math lesson of this topic, okay, for our very first topic. And then on Thursday, we're going to do some review, and Friday we'll take our very first math test. Bye.